Hello and welcome to Your Body in Focus, where we give you health tips to keep your body in the best shape possible. My name is Aflea and I sing with Focus, but I'm also a registered dietitian. And one of the things that Focus represents is keeping your body in the best shape possible for God. Today I'm going to show you an easy and exciting recipe for strawberry shortcake. We're going to make it healthy because we're going to take the cauliflower and substitute that for the fat. We're going to cut at least 90 calories per serving from this recipe by making this simple adjustment. This is all you're going to need for your shortcake. You're going to use Cool Whip topping or any non-dairy whipped topping. Strawberries, we're going to slice those and let them sit a little bit so they get juicy. Shredded coconut, which is already sweetened. Eggs. Boxed cake mix. This one is lemon, which is my favorite flavor to use. And then, yes, a head of cauliflower. So the first thing that I did was to cut up the strawberries. So I basically sliced the strawberries, and then I did put a little bit of Splenda on them. You can put Splenda or sugar, or you don't have to put anything at all. Sometimes if they're not sweet enough, I'll do that. I want them to sit a little bit so they can get a little bit juicy so that it's ready for the topping of the cake. The second thing that you want to do is steam your vegetables. I chose cauliflower because cauliflower doesn't have a very strong taste, but it's really good in hiding in desserts, actually, when you cook it. This is the basic instructions for steaming vegetables. And you can see that I actually put the cauliflower into little florets. Okay? And if you want, let's say we're going to have this for dinner, I would sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper on top and then steam them by taking a little bit of water. This is all the water that I'm using. It's actually about less than half a cup. In this recipe, I'm not going to add salt, but I'm going to pour it on top of the cauliflower. Okay, then I'm going to turn my heat on high, close the lid, and steam it for about 10 minutes. So about 10 minutes later, your cauliflower will be done. This is totally steamed. If you can stick your knife in and it comes out clean really easy, then you know that your cauliflower is done. The same with any other vegetables that you steam. So those are ready. I'm just going to take these, mash them up. My recipe calls for half a cup of oil, so I'm going to use half a cup of mashed cauliflower instead. That's going to be helping me to retain the moisture of my cake. So it depends on which cake mix you use, but all you need to do is follow the instructions on your cake mix box. What we did was we took the cauliflower, we steamed it, and now we're going to substitute that for the oil or the fat, whatever they use. So I'm going to take half a cup, mine calls for half a cup of oil, and I'm putting half a cup of mashed cauliflower. This is great for hiding vegetables from kids who don't want to eat vegetables. And just this little step is actually going to save us 90 calories per serving. So that's how much of a good thing this is that we're doing. Okay, so that's half a cup. So the recipe calls for me to put in my cake mix. Okay. My eggs. Mine calls for 3 eggs. Some of them only call for one. Some don't call for any. Mine calls also for 1 cup of water and half a cup of oil, of which we're putting our cauliflower. And it says just to mix it with the food processor for about 2 minutes. And the coconut is not really for the taste, but the coconut is going to actually help me to disguise the texture. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is add a little bit of the coconut, and this actually helps to disguise the texture of the cauliflower so that nobody detects it. You don't have to measure it, I'm just pouring a little bit in there. And that's actually fine, that's actually a lot, you don't have to put that much. And then I keep mixing. I like to use these little cupcake holders. It's less mess. About halfway full. Like that. And just pour it in. Just gonna let that spread. So that when we finish, we'll just cut those into squares. That's actually another way of doing it. So I'm putting my cake in the oven, which was preset to 350 degrees. And it should take me about 15 to 20 minutes. It smells so good, like lemon. And my cupcakes are done. Or I should say shortcakes. I like them a little bit brown on top. So these are the cupcakes, and then also remember we did the regular cake as well. I just finished topping our shortcake with strawberries. Looks delicious. And I'm going to put a dollop of whipped cream right on top there. Doesn't that look delicious? So there you have it, our strawberry shortcake. You're gonna love it. It's like I always say, eating healthy doesn't have to hurt. Keeping your body in focus will help you to be in the best shape possible to do service for God. You can get this recipe on our website at www.focusmusicafrica.com. Until next time, keep your body in focus.